Now, I don't know why this feels a lot more serious than the vlogs, but I feel nervous. All right, so it's come to my attention that girlies want to know a little bit more about me, you know, through the vlogs or whatever. So that makes me feel good that you guys want to, you know. So I have some questions here and we're going to answer to the best of my abilities. So let's get into it. What's your full name and what does it mean? All right, that's a crazy way to start because I'm actually not going to disclose my government name just for privacy reasons. You know, people be a bit crazy, but everybody, even my family, even my mom, even everybody calls me Koko. It's like nobody touches that real name unless it's like, you know. And I had a client try to call me that one time and I was like, are you okay? Like, no, babe. Anyways, but all jokes aside, so many other reasons, you know, typically really for safety and not YouTube safety, like people on the internet safety, for other safety reasons. I just don't disclose my real name, but I will tell you one of my middle names, which is hilarious. It just does not fit me. I don't know what my parents were thinking, but Julia is one of my middle names, and that's just hilarious to me. What? Okay, and my last name is Guerra, which is really pronounced Guerra, and it's Spanish for war, but I have Spanish in my blood on my father's side, so that's where that comes from. Where are you from and where do you live now? I'm from Trinidad. I was born in Trinidad. Then I went to Minnesota, lived there for about 4 or 5 years. And after Minnesota, I lived in Philly until I was 30. I moved to LA. I lived there for 3 years. And then I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now. And I love it. I think if I were to move here, it would probably overseas. It wouldn't be anywhere else in America. I don't know. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, do I want to give Chicago a try? But I'll be coming to my senses. Chicago just looks so beautiful and it just looks so real and raw. I don't know, but it would probably be overseas. What is your zodiac sign? I try to stay away from not what is your blood type. That is insane. I try to stay away from zodiac signs and all those things, but my zodiac sign is Scorpio. How would you describe yourself in 3 words? Resilient, kind-hearted, and this is not a word, but like no patience for BS. I don't know what that word could be. What's most fun facts most people don't know about you? I don't know. I think y'all kind of know that I sing and dance, but not that much anymore. The way this back be hurting, I'd be like, I'm cool. We'll get back to that. It's just a lot of things. I'm so many things. Very, very layered girl. I feel like y'all gonna find out fun facts throughout the vlogging journey. What inspired your journey to Islam? This is really good. So I was born into Islam, alhamdulillah. My father was Muslim, got with my mom, and my mom became Muslim, and by the time her kids were born, we were born into the religion, and that's that. But if you watch my hijab journey, you'll see that like I had my own journey with Islam, you know, and coming back, what inspired me to come back was just I did not feel good in the dunya. It felt awful. Like you think you feel good in the dunya, you really do, but then depression be wearing and tearing and you be like, what is all of this? Gotta get closer to Allah, babe. So that's what inspired my journey to Islam and back to Islam. Well, I never was not Muslim. Let me clear that up. I'm sorry. In the way that Philly people say it, back on my Deen. How do you balance Deen and Dunya in your daily life? I'm learning that there's no balance. You're gonna have to pick the Deen or you know, there's no balance for me. Like in the Dunya, the way that I would be waking up, never really getting sleep, waking up 2, 3, tossing, turning, not feeling good, feeling like, oh my gosh, it's such a gross feeling. I can't do it and I can't balance it. There's no balance for me. Especially coming after Ramadan, I realized there ain't no balance, babe. You gonna have to stick with the Deen. What is your favorite Islamic practices that bring you peace? I'm gonna have to say making salat. The world could be spinning around me, but when I get those prayers in, I just feel like protected. And also making my morning adhkars. I'm not that good with evening adhkars, but I feel like the morning adhkars, I be feeling like on top of the world. Like nobody can anger me, nobody can get through to me. I just feel so good. And then a lot of times when I'm in spaces where people are not right for me, I feel like when I make my morning adhkars, like I get out of those spaces really quick. It's like it's just too good. So yeah. What advice would you give to new Muslimah or someone struggling with faith? That's a really good question. such a good question. But the advice that I would give that I feel like helped me is just knowing that Allah loves consistency. So if you do small things consistently, Allah loves that. So if it is you dhikr a lot, you just whatever you can do to stay in the remembrance of Allah, that's what I would say. And I would also say, as your background noise when you're cleaning, do not put on music, put on a khutbah, put on an Islamic lecture, put on Quran, put on something when you're doing those chores. You will learn it subconsciously. It will stick with you subconsciously. And it kind of trains you up that like when you go to do something beneficial for your life or whatever, keeps you in the remembrance of Allah. How has Ramadan changed you? Pretty much in every way that I mentioned before. The things that I mentioned that I didn't want to do leaving Ramadan, I'm really, really, really staying steadfast in that. I don't want to gossip. I don't want to be a part of certain things. I really just want to stay, to myself and stay with anyone that keeps me in the remembrance of Allah. I want to continue being and doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. So, what made you become a makeup artist? I've always been an artist. I've always loved drawing since the earliest I can remember is 3rd grade, and I would draw like all these cartoons, and Tweety Bird hated to see me coming. Okay, I used to draw a lot of cartoons and a lot of buildings, and I wanted to be an artist. And then I was like, when I got a little older, I was a little bit more specific. I was like, I want to be a cartoonist. That's the type of artistry that I want to do. As I grew up and I got in college, I would just do the girls' makeup on campus. Well, first of all, I had cut my hair. I had cut my locks off, and I got my first pixie. And when I got my first pixie, I was like, okay, but I need something on his face. Started doing a little bit to my face, and it looked good, and it shocked my sister, who always used to wear her makeup. And once I saw my big sister's reaction to my makeup, I'm like, well, let me do yours. And once I did good, girl, did her makeup, we took all these pictures, posted them all over Facebook. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, you do such a good job, just hyping me up. Probably I still have the pictures. I'm gonna upload them here, but I'm gonna be emotional because it's my sister that passed. But I'm just, give me a moment. So yeah, that's a very special moment in my journey to makeup artistry. And then I went to school, was doing the girls' makeup, and they would always be like, I can see you being one of those makeup artists to the stars. Thank God for those friends at the time. They turned out to be horrible people, but they spoke greatness into my life at the time. So that was good. That was good because, yeah, that's what she ended up doing. What's the story behind Koko Guerra Beauty? Oh my goodness, this is amazing question. Okay, at first I did not want to name it after me. I didn't want to name it after myself. I had launched my first makeup line in 2015. It was called Face Formation, which is face transformation. Still love that name down to this day. You can't steal it. It's patent, babe. But I stopped that in 2018. I was just super overwhelmed. And then also that year is the year that my sister died. I really couldn't handle anything else. I brought it back. I was like, you know what? I'm going to name it after me because I want to hold myself to a higher standard. That's what Koko Guerra Beauty gives me on its own as a brand. It just stands alone. It gives such elegance and luxury. Yeah, no. So I was like, okay, let's do it. I closed my eyes and I did it. And once the logo came back and it looked so great, I was like, oh, this is it. So that's the story on the name. Now the brand, I just feel like the brand is an ode to my country, the collection, the vision, the colors. If you haven't gotten a chance to go to the website, please go to the website. It is just so beautiful. And the colors of my country's flag is red, black, and white. Those are the brand colors, and just so rich and regal. And so why gold is intertwined into like a little bit of my imagery you'll see on the site is because my family is known for their gold in Trinidad. It just feels so good. But anyways, what you're going to see with KGB is just rich colors, long lasting, high quality luxury makeup. I ain't trying to sound nothing right now, but don't get me talking about KGB because I get like that. But when it comes down to certain things, like lip stains should be stains, and so I made sure that our stains are 16-hour wear. You can lick your lips, you can eat, eat your food, you can kiss, whatever, that's not going nowhere. We've been dealing with makeup that we've been having to reapply for years, and you just don't go through that with KGB. Now, a gloss is a gloss is a gloss, okay? So the glosses, what you will find is that your lips will be conditioned, reconditioned. Every time you apply that, you won't get that nasty white line. Do I ever have a white line when I be talking to y'all? No. KGB, babe. The loose powders, I'm just running down the product. We're not here for that. What's your holy grail product you always carry? I never not have my lip gloss named Hush on me. It's a clear, but it's iridescent of pinks and purples in there. So fire, so beautiful. And wait, hold on, because it's two. Gotta have me a lip liner in that. Like, if you look at me not wearing anything, it's gonna be a lip liner and a gloss. We need to pout at all times. We need a cute little pout. What's been the hardest part about launching your brand? Visibility. It is really hard to get your brand out there in the way that you want it out there without doing certain things. And if you're not running ads every day, if you're not doing certain marketing things, it is hard when it's just one person. Now, when I came out the door swinging, I did my brand this time with an agency, and they made it much easier on me because I feel like I couldn't have done all of that by myself. It would have taken so much longer. And the agency helped me speed that up. They helped with organization and all things like that. So I definitely think that if you're launching a brand, you need a team. But now, no longer with the agency, and I'm doing everything myself. And I think the hardest thing is like getting emails out, just visibility. And so I'm going to get back with another agency. I have to take my time and I have to grow this brand in a strategic way. Like, I'm trying to eventually be in Sephora, possibly Macy's. I want to be in big retail stores, definitely Bloomingdale's. My stuff has to be in Bloomingdale's, inshallah. So I gotta be strategic with everything, guys. Definition of everyday luxury. This is a great question. So my definition of everyday luxury, which is the tagline for KGB, I don't think you have to beat your face every single day to be living in everyday luxury. But when you pick up my products, from packaging to the experience and everything KGB, you'll feel a little piece of luxury with you every day. And that's just what that's about. Okay, moving progressively forward. How many kids do you have, and what's motherhood taught you? I have 2 kids, and motherhood has taught me everything. Oh my gosh, motherhood has taught me almost everything. It's taught me about people. It's taught me about the growth of people. It taught me how to treat people. So when you see someone in the street acting crazy, that's a product of their upbringing or mental health or whatever. But it's taught me to have compassion for almost everybody. I start off with compassion in almost all situations. Sorry, y'all. The battery died, and I don't know. What's your parenting style in one sentence? Gentle head knocking. Signal. I don't hit the kids, okay? So I don't hit the kids, and that's not because I'm like a gentle parent. So I tell people this all the time. I only got 2, and I really took my time with the first one, and I'm really taking my time with the second one. And so I think if I'd have had more, it would have probably been a different parenting style based on patience. But alhamdulillah, they're just really awesome kids. If you've ever been around Taj and Noor, people say that all the time, mashallah. I am so blessed. When it comes to that, they don't be doing too much of nothing. Even when people ask me, why'd you get a white couch and you got 2 kids? They would be pissed if somebody messed up our couch. Like, they are just people. They like my favorite people. They are just together, okay? So I think the most that I have to do is lectures when it comes to Islam. I do tell them about the punishments and certain things like that. Most Muslim parents do that, but the parenting style is honestly no name for it. I'm just really understanding and logical with the kids, because I do raise my voice if need be. So I get crazy with them if I need to. You know what I'm saying? If the dishes have been in the sink for 2 days, I'm going to yell up the steps, and we're going to get crazy, but never really nothing else. Okay, we only got a couple more left. What's the typical morning routine with your kids? That's where you get to see the not so gentle part of me. I'm a morning person, and the kids are not. And so they be in attitude mode the whole time, and it's just always not a great vibe with us in the morning. Taj, once he's almost out the door, he'd be like, all right, bye, I love you. But Nora's still attitude till she gets to the school, and then it's love you, mom. Are you going to pick me up early? No, because you wore me out this morning. But our morning routine is very rushed and chaotic. I wish it would slow down. I think we need to just not go to sleep after Fajr. We need to stay up. How do you pour into your kids while pouring into yourself? This is really great because being as though I had Taj young, I feel like for a long time I felt like I was just going with the flow. But now that I'm older, I'm like, wait, hold on. You done went with the flow so much. You think you and Taj the same age. You're not. You're actually an adult and you're growing and you need to have time for yourself, and motherhood is just not your entire identity. But low key, high key, what else is my identity? A mother, a great mother, being Muslim and being a mogul, an entrepreneur. What else? You know, like these are things I'm really proud of. So I try not to let society tell me my identity is more than being a mom, because no, I don't spend my whole life like I'm a mom. But I also know that I'm a mom and I mean the world to these kids, you know? And so, yeah, I go with the flow. I said this years ago when I was speaking on a panel and they were like, how do you balance it all? Because for some reason, people think that I balance it all. Like, y'all should see me in the mornings. But they're like, how do you balance it all? I wing it. This is what I thought we were all winging it, but I just wing it. There's no such thing as balance. Like, I mean, to some people's life look a little bit more balanced, but not for me, babe. But the question was, how do you pour into your kids while still pouring into yourself? Oh, I just pour into us all. I don't really know how to answer that question. I just fill anybody cup who needs more. That's it. If I need more, I'll tell them, y'all, give me 15 minutes. I am cooked. I get on these vlogs and tell y'all all the time, I'm cooked. So if Taj is cooked, like Taj will come in from school or just a hard week, you know, he plays ball. He was like, I'm so cooked. Okay, I know what that means. That means like, I'm gonna make your favorite meal, spaghetti or some stewed chicken or something like that. And you want to watch something with me down here, or you want me and Nora to chill down here and you can go in your room, and he'll let me know what he needs. And that's that. Nora, whenever she's too emotional, she typically wants like a little shopping spree or something like that. Am I setting her up to be spoiled? I don't know. But she'll want a little shopping spree or something like that. And for me, I'm going to need a little shopping spree or something like that. Okay, so like mother, like daughter, child. What's a generational curse you're breaking in your family? I ain't see that coming. The whole thing, the whole like a lot. I'm not dealing with a lot of stuff. A lot of them. We'll get around to it, y'all. One that I could say is loving on my kids and believing my kids and treating my kids well. That's what I can say. How do you stay grounded? Islam, because otherwise I wouldn't be grounded. So I hold tight to my religion. What motivates you when you feel stuck? Funny stuff. So if something is funny, it sparks like a bit of joy in me, and then I get myself together. So like if I watch stand up or funny memes or funny videos, like I'll laugh so hard and I realize that nothing is that serious and that I'm gonna be okay. Let me put this on vibrate. I don't know what kind of answer that is, but that's my honest to God truth. Like, what's your favorite self-care ritual? The word ritual be scaring me a little bit, but my favorite self-care thing to do, I do like the gym, but sometimes that gets hard. I would say taking my time and doing my makeup, or taking my time and doing a skincare routine. Like those two things I love. And then the third would be my pedicures. Oh my gosh. My pedicures are so close to my heart. I love them so much. I love getting pedicures. And then also about to start getting colonics again. So I'm going to be loving getting colonics. What's a habit you're working on? Get more sleep. I do think I sleep my hours, like my 6-7 hours. I want to sleep more. What's your dream for being Koko in 5 years? For us to just all elevate together, like me and my close friends, our life just blooming, and seeing myself and hearing from you guys in spaces we never thought we would be in. Definitely just good things. But yeah. For being Koko, we just vibing though. We vibing. We don't want to put too much on it. We want to have a good time over here. I think that's it. Let me know if there's more you guys want to see from me. Let me know if there's more questions you have. You can ask them down in the comment section, and then I'll just write them like I've been doing, just writing them and putting them, and then, you know, answer. But I think this was a good enough get to know me. What y'all think? Nora's about to walk through the door. She's gonna be making a lot of noise, and then I'm gonna have to do a gentle head knocking. But yeah, I will see you guys in the vlogs, girl. If you have any more video ideas, let me know.